We all love to joke about pointless meetings, but there's a serious point there, isn't there? About hybrid and remote sessions where this daily stand-up just doesn't work. People nod while checking their Slack messages, they pretend to listen, but there's no real impact on the work. This ritual, the daily stand-up, is meant to align the team, surface blockers, and energize. But in practice, it doesn't really serve any of those purposes. So let's start at the very top. What's the daily stand-up supposed to do? In an ideal agile team, the daily stand-up is like the wind in your sails, giving the team clarity and alignment on goals, plus a channel for signal flows, quickly surfacing who needs help. It also provides a spark of energy or accountability to start the day. When it works, everyone knows the plan, raises issues early, and jumps in to help. In reality, many remote stand-ups are failing all three of these. Instead of true transparency and teamwork, remote teams often just get the veneer of collaboration. You've probably been in a stand-up where everyone dryly rattles off what I did yesterday and what I'll do today, and then stares blankly at the screen until it's all over. Meanwhile, the real issues, the real blockers that stand-ups are meant to uncover, sit quietly in someone's backlog until they explode into a crisis later on. This happens because stand-ups end up becoming generic status meetings, not problem-solving sessions, and as a result, just a waste of everyone's time. And as a result, you have teams that report that stand-ups take them away from the real work. In one recent industry piece, engineering leaders complained that status rituals now drag on for 30 to 60 minutes per day, yielding absolutely nothing except delaying everyone's work. And the worst thing is, they're right. Poor stand-ups and poor ceremonies are just a waste of time. So what exactly goes wrong in these remote stand-ups? Let's break this down into 4 key dysfunctions. Number 1, surface level updates. Because nobody can really deep dive on a call, people stick to safe talking points. You often hear the same mantra: yesterday I did X, today I'll do Y, without any context or follow-up. And if a person's update isn't directly relevant to everyone else's, the meeting just becomes a series of monologues and nobody really learns anything about the work. No real coordination happens. Dysfunction number 2, disengagement. People checking their emails or coding while someone else is talking. If the stand-up feels pointless, people will mentally just check out. And actually, studies have shown that 58% of people would rather go to a doctor's office than sit through yet another unproductive meeting. It's a downward spiral, really, which ends in people being frustrated at that stand-up and that ceremony, sometimes even at Agile. Dysfunction number 3, low trust and psychological safety. In a remote or hybrid session, team members are less likely to call out uncertainty or mistakes. With non-verbal cues, confusion or frustration can go unnoticed. The McKinsey playbook on remote teams notes that co-location simplifies problem solving, encourages instant communication, and enables fast decision making, all of which vanish when people start working at home. And that's not a dig at remote working. I think remote working is a great option, but you can't run stand-ups in the same way, and we'll look at what you need to change later on. Dysfunction number 4, hidden blockers. Because of all the reasons I've stated so far, real obstacles are never surfaced. If A has a dependency on B, and A doesn't mention the issue, what's the point of the stand-up? People will hear no blockers when people actually have an unspoken problem. The stand-up moves on, and at the end of the day, the issue turns into a sprint stopper that could have been fixed at the right time if it had been acknowledged in the stand-up. Now, you'll probably recognize at least one of those dysfunctions, so let's run through 4 ways in which you can mitigate against them and create a proper stand-up. Number 1, change the ritual. The definition of insanity is repeating the same thing and expecting different results. You don't have to have a stand-up for 15 minutes daily if it's not working for your team and for your context. Let me repeat that. You don't have to have a daily stand-up if it's not working for you. For example, Catapult Labs guide on remote agile suggests mixing asynchronous updates with fewer synchronous touchpoints. For example, every morning, each team member posts a quick update on Slack, who's working on what and any immediate needs. Then, instead of a daily all-hands call, you hold a 15-minute sync on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, focusing on only the items that need to be discussed. This keeps everyone informed, visibility via Slack, but also reduces video call fatigue. Right, mitigation number 2, make blockers visible before the meeting. One approach to do this is to have a blockers channel or a blockers dashboard. Tag your teammate who can unblock you right when the issue comes in. Instead of waiting to say in stand-ups, this shifts the stand-up from identifying blockers to resolving blockers, which is where you want to be. Mitigation number 3, shared artifacts. A core reason stand-ups exist is to update the team on work in progress, so why not let the work update the team? Use a live Kanban or a Scrum board to update everyone in real time. In a truly smooth workflow, the board state at 9 a.m. should tell you exactly what you need to know. In fact, Dora's research shows that teams that treat docs and boards as living artifacts see a 25% jump in efficiency. It also fixes the stand-up by making it obvious what's aging or stuck. No need for verbal statuses if the dashboard is green. Some teams even share screens of their boards during the live sync and walk the oldest cards. And number 4, finally, the redesign of the format itself. There's no rule that stand-ups must follow the old one question each game. If the format isn't sparking, isn't working for you, try something different. Some teams flip it around and start with what's blocking you, flipping the order so blockers get immediate attention. I've seen others do 2-minute lightning syncs where each person literally does a 120-second sprint pitch about their current tasks and asks for help at the end. Others pair up at the end of the day. Large teams, sub-teams could potentially meet separately and the representative reports to the full group. You could explicitly rename your stand-up as a sprint sync or flow alignment meeting to remind everyone of the actual purpose of the meeting. The key to this mitigation is if it feels like a grind, you must change it. Now, there's no one-size-fits-all solution, but using these 4 techniques, you can ensure that your stand-up is actually impactful. Start by asking yourself, what exactly do we need? If it's daily awareness, then just use an async channel. If it's two-way problem solving, then keep the group calls short and focus on active blockers only. If it's energy and team feel, perhaps add a weekly fun stand-up or a quick round-robin check-in instead of every day. Now, I'd love to hear about your stand-ups. Drop a comment below and let me know if you've uncovered some ghost problems or have a secret sauce fix. And if any of these ideas resonate, hit like, share the video, and maybe we can rescue a few more teams from the dreaded status play of Daily Standups. Don't forget to subscribe for more hacks on Agile delivery and Agile teamwork. Catch you in the next one, and as always, stay agile.